My brother called me. I record this from my phone, I've said before, and whenever somebody calls, it interrupts the stream. I should have put it on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, you should have.
Well, it's too late. Let's just hope we don't get any more calls. But apparently, this is going to be split up. Or we could just end the stream there. No, I need an outro.
What's your outro?
No, while I have you here, I might as well use you. I wanna...
We just did our outro.
Let's get through this. The rest of this will be uploaded in 2 parts on YouTube. We'll get to the end of this bank robbery scene and we'll end it there. So once again, sorry for the interruption. You were here.
I'll start over. Let's hope my range goes that far to begin with.
Hi, the homie Jay. Thank you for interrupting the stream.
Who's the homie Jay?
That's my brother. She
closes her eyes and concentrates for any working electronic source within the bank. There's one inside the vault itself, but no others.
Why did you shake your head?
I was closing my eyes, looking for the electronics.
Sorry about interrupting. Oh, did you just join okay, you're crying too. Yes, a crying emoji. Don't worry about it. Except I'm gonna beat you up when I see you. So, worry about it. She pulls her phone out. I'm kidding. I'm not abusive. She pulls her phone out.
Had to reassure everybody.
She pulls her phone out and holds her hand over the phone. In a matter of seconds, the live feed from the Vault camera plays on her phone. Now link it to my tablet, Cobb says. Tech does so. There's money scattered about, so it looks as if they were trying to hurry in and out, but things went south.
Is there no way we can get Weaver back without them noticing? One of the officers asks. They all look over to the negotiator, who's still trying to walk inside the bank.
So he's still pushing up against the door, trying to get in. When exactly did he become like that? Ardentia questions.
After speaking to the advocator, the officer
Advocate.
said. The advocate says. The officer says.
Jeez. So maybe it has something to do with him speaking to you that puts you under a spell or something, Cobbs infers. She's also a detective.
Oh.
Not only
like Sherlock.
Not only it's like, yes, John.
You said yeah already.
Not only is she the assistant to one of the heads of the Alpha Corporation, she's also a detective. Not part of the police force, though. She's a detective for the Alpha Corps.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's better.
I'm going to ignore that. Do you have another radio connected to the advocate inside? Lux asks. The officer nods and hands Lux the radio.
What are you thinking? He asks.
I'm thinking he speaks to me, and you all see what you can do, what you can draw from what he says, Lux says. He might get me under his control, but that's a risk we have to take. So you see, he's already ready to sacrifice himself, John. That's a hero. That's a real hero.
Fucking hero. Give him the serum.
Real hero. He has.
I'm thinking of Weaver. Hold on.
Tech gives him a concerned look, realizing he's already willing to sacrifice himself. See, it's like I'm ahead of myself in the book.
I mean,
I wrote it. Is there a way for us to listen without actually listening? Anthroman asks. Man, go ahead.
Stay away from me, Tech says. I'm going to wire the radio's audio to my phone and let it play out loud. If it doesn't work, you'll know when I start acting weird.
Ardentia, Anthroman, and the officers surrounding them get a safe distance away from Lux and Tech, who are also separate from each other. Lux and Tech nod at each other. Is this the advocate I've got here? Lux asks, a pause that raises Lux's heart rate. Finally, an answer comes after what seemed like forever. It is the advocate. No, you try it. You try the advocate.
Oh, okay. It is, the advocate says. Who is this?
This is Lux, Lux says truthfully.
Lux, huh? The advocate repeats. Lux hears fingers snapping on the advocate ends. He doesn't realize the advocate is having Volcon look his name up in the registered hero app.
There's an application
They have an app for that.
there's an
Is that
app
for like fanboys,
No, it's for
villains?
No, it's for the government.
Oh.
But you know how Garo in One Punch Man?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
There's an app, Registered Hero app, that has pictures of the heroes on them.
And it has its weakness.
No, it's so they can, so witnesses that have the app can report heroes at the crime scene, and who's ever reported at a crime scene, whatever, gets direct deposited from the government.
Oh, I'm right.
Yeah, so being a hero is like a job.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So who's ever reporting them at crime scenes gets paid.
And the more you save, the more you get paid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
Registered Hero app. Was I reading? No, you were reading.
Lux looks at Tech, who is successfully listening in. Your real name is Jones?
My last name is, Lux says.
J. Jones?
Lux's face goes blank. Tech sees this and realizes she's still in control of her own actions. Tech radios to Cobbs in a whisper.
I think it's names. When he says your name, you're under his control, Tech says.
If that's the case, Cobbs says, we need to know how to reverse it.
Kill those heroes you have with you, the advocate commands. Outside the bank, Lux gives Tech a blank look at his eyes glow green. Look as his eyes glow green. Oh my god.
Yeah, you Tech too.
Shit, she says.
Lux holds out. This is another action scene, but it's superpowers involved. So get ready.
For beans.
Get ready to imaginize.
I like that.
Lux holds out his palms and receives a beam of energy, and releases a beam of energy at her. Wow, I spelled her name wrong. Ardentera flies in the nick of time to absorb the blast for Tech. So, like I said, she's adorable. Anther-Man runs in a full sprint at Lux. I've got him, the Canadian hero says before running up to Lux and bear hugging him. So whenever he gets within, I think he specifies in meters because he's Canadian, how far he has to be from a hero in order to negate their powers. But since he's bear hugging him, this should cancel his powers out.
He should be like human now, right?
Yep. Man. He should be a man.
Just a man.
Him, making the hero unable to move. My power negates others' powers. Pretty useful since I can also fight hand to hand. That is very expositional. Lux's eyes are still growing green as he stares into Anther-Man's. A look of fear overcomes Anther-Man as an energy... Oh, his name is also Guy Anderson.
Wait, you named him fucking man.
Guy and Anderson means son of man. So his name is man, son of man.
Wow.
Yeah.
This guy like, okay.
Who is that?
The Dance Family.
Okay, cool.
Shout out
to the Dance Family who followed me on Instagram. Since I can also fight hand to hand. Lux's eyes, a look of fear overcomes Anther-Man as an energy explosion releases from Lux, blowing Anther-Man away against a cop car. He stands back up, coughing. You're Anther-Man, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, that didn't work, he says. Ardente flies at Lux.
Let's see if beating him is the answer, Lux, she says. She's very hot-headed, and physical.
Okay.
Lux dodges her first punch and sinks his fist into her rib, causing her to slide a few feet away. She pants. Fast enough to dodge that? And lets up the speed. Ardensha now completely disappears, breaking the sound barrier on the ground, creating a crater around her before reappearing behind Lux with their fists raised. You can imagine that, right?
I can.
Good. Lux turns his
Good. Better.
Lux turns his head and looks at her. His eyes now a much darker green, almost black. He dodges this punch as well and creates a solid green ball of energy, connecting it to her jaw, sending her plummeting into the bank through the handicapped glass doors. So that darker green into black is a hint as to why Anther-Man's powers didn't work on him and what he actually is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
You don't learn until, I want to say, the 5th book.
Spoiler.
It's called Aftermath. Yeah, spoiler. But there was also a break in like the middle of this book that said my descendant has had his abilities awakened or something. So he's not. There's something off about his bloodline, John. What he actually is. He's not just black. The advocate aims his rifle at the unconscious Ardentia. He lowers his weapon once he realizes she's not conscious, and he smirks as Weaver makes his way over. Aura Ray steps next to the advocate. The silhouette over Ardentia is black. So she sees everybody in like auras. When she has her hand over her eye like that. She's very Illuminati looking. But
but she doesn't have a third eye.
No. She's just, it's like a vision power. She sees the different colored auras mean different things. So gray means they're under some sort of mind control, which is why she saw Weaver in gray silhouette. Black means unconscious. And later in, I think it's Nightmare, the 7th book, she's being moved from a prison to somewhere else, and she sees Lux in a color she's never seen before, like an indescribable color.
Purple.
If you can describe the color, John.
A purplish yellow.
You're still describing it.
Just help me describe. Just help me understand.
There's no. Think of the you see in Avatar, right?
Mm-hmm.
The colors when the dragons like mixed their flames and blew it up around Zuko and Aang.
Yeah.
Remember the dancing dragons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that whole color thing. That's sort of what it's like. Tell them what. Read that book. Thank you for that. I don't. All right.
Read that book.
Yeah. Where were we? Her silhouette was black, right? Or Ray assassinated silhouette. Weaver and Lux are both gray, so that was me explaining they're under control. That's what gray means. Volcan clenches his fist. It has to be something mental. Cobb says a sharp change in emotion or heart rate could be the answers. You could also try.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You could also try by saying his name once again, or backwards.
Doesn't look like he's feeling much emotion, Tech says, nervous as Lux slowly approaches her and Anthro-Man. Jay Jones!
Nothing.
What the fuck does that say?
Is his name backwards? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Senja Yaja, she sounds.
What are you babbling on about? Anthro-Man asks, clearly confused with what Tech is attempting.
Can't imagine his heart rate has skyrocketed since he's under mind control, Tech says to herself. She looks at Anthro-Man. Anthro-Man, can you bear hug him again?
I can try, the gray hero says. As he sprints at Lux, Tech follows closely behind him. Anthro-Man successfully bear hugs Lux again. Before Lux releases another wave of energy, Tech kisses him on the mouth.
Oh.
Lux's energy color changes back to a lightish green, and the glow from his eyes disappears. Anthro-Man lets him go and exhales. Tech does the same. The hell? Lux says, look around him. Was I?
Yeah, Tech says. I'm guessing your heart rate needed to spike.
Well, what'd you do to do that? Lux asks.
Don't worry about it, Tech says. Anthro-Man gives him a smirk.
Her
a smirk. Cobbs takes a deep breath on her desk. She has files about hypnosis.
Hypnosis?
Oh, hypnosis from the courtesy of Dr. Daiichi.
No!
Daiichi.
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 You know how Ichi is #1 in Japan?
No.
That's what... I think it's Ichi. Is #1 in Japanese. That's what I meant.
I did not know that.
Okay. Well, never mind. That's not going to help you. You've lost control of Lux, Aura Ray announces to the advocate.
Where are we?
Good. No worries.
Oh my god, I'm lost. No worries, Aura.
Aura.
I can't say that. he tells her. Lux, Tech, and Anthroman walk through the hole in the front of the bank. The Advocate cocks his rifle and aims at Reaver's temple. His henchmen, with the exception of Aura Ray and Volcon, have their weapons pointed at the hostages. You know I still have the upper hand, don't you, heroes?
The three heroes say nothing.
Well, it's for all of you now. I'm getting out of here scot-free, the Advocate continues. Jay Jones, Roxy Norton, Guy Anderson. Guy Anderson.
The heroes keep the same expressions on their face.
What the hell? You're not wearing earplugs, are you? The Advocate asks. Lux shakes his head. Anthroman smiles.
Boss, Aura Ray begins to say.
You think this is funny? The Advocate says, beginning to lose his cool. You know what? It is funny. Funny that you think you could outsmart me.
Boss.
Aura! Can't you see I'm boasting right now? The Advocate asks.
But, boss.
What is it?
I can't read their auras anymore, she tells him. The Advocate looks back at the heroes, then at the spot where Ardentia was. She's no longer there.
Volcon! The Advocate begins to say, but his henchman has disappeared, along with the hostages and the unnamed goons that were behind him. How? The Volt Tech says. I saw through the cameras that there was another entrance through it. That's how she got both your goons and the hostages out. Plus, it helps that she's fast. Aura! The Advocate shouts.
With pleasure, Aura Ray says, crouching on one knee and shooting a rocket launcher from her RPG shooting a rocket from her RPG at the heroes. Lux takes one step forward and blasts a rocket out of the air between the heroes and the robbers, with no one getting harmed. The Advocate grits his teeth and then crookedly smiles. You still lose. The Advocate says that he pulls the trigger on his rifle, but the gun does not fire a bullet through Weaver's head. In fact, he cannot pull the trigger all the way, as there is a tiny solid green ball of energy stuck in behind the trigger. When did you... Just now, through the smoke, Lux says. He snaps and the ball explodes, destroying the rifle. Yeah, hold on. Ardentia then flies in and grabs the Advocate and Aura Ray by the back of their collar, signaling that the robbery is now over. We're going to end it there for today. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, John, for coming by. This will be uploaded in 2 parts because the stream was interrupted, but I will see you all tomorrow.